delicate there. It's a delicate shot. Really well done. To try and control the object ball speed is definitely much different than controlling the cue ball speed. He's done well with both. Not a hard kick shot, though, off the bottom cushion.
It's a race to 11, the lengthiest match we've seen at the tournament so far. But you still want to get off to an encouraging start.
He's got to dig on the cue ball here. A little bit of slide. Wants a full hit. May fluke it. Had a bit of that yesterday at times. The blue 2 seemed to be the one that was rolling around with a lot of luck involved. Missed his mark, a little awkward cueing, but the 3 does play. I'd say position not the easiest, though. Needs that to go. He wanted to come off the side cushion there, but really had to put the emphasis on pocketing the 3. Dead straight here on the pink, it seems.
An early, acute examination of cueing. No one, though, on the shot is stiller than Gorst, and that's vital as he delivers the cue here.
Looks like he's putting a bit more speed. Okay, we'll see about the cue ball. It's going to open a little bit. I think that was a really good shot, especially really his first kind of offensive shot. Little off angle here on the purple. May just hold the rock and take the shot from there.
Tucked in the shirt there, making sure it wasn't draping over the 8 ball.
Just wants to slide 1 rail up the table above the 9. As straight as possible would be good. Just all about the speed control. I'll tell you, I know it wasn't super tough, this little out right here he's making, but a couple shots tells you he's pretty calm.
It's 5 minutes to play.
So could be right before the right middle side pocket with the cue ball. Well, I haven't seen one kind of wobble him yet. Feels so. Good stuff here from the Terminator. Yeah, another shake of the head because he knows he's going to be near the cushion when he plays the 9, which we always talk about. That's probably, the nerves are high. The toughest shot, even though it's not really that difficult. Nice to hold the cue ball off the rail there on the 8.
It's fine.
Well, before the match, Niels Feijen said he was going into Fedor Gorst's front room. Well, right now he's eating his food and drinking his beer. He's 2-0 up.
Now he holds 2. The one's been consistent. Speaking of the 2, it's going to open up. Ooh, and the 8. Ooh, it would have been nice if the 8 held. He could play a simple combination with a little distance. But again, he knocks in another nice ball. It's just going to make the confidence grow.
And when it comes to the application of power, which is required on the 2, Feijen is equal to the task.
Yeah, a little tricky here. Got a little angle to go forward, which will be the play, but he won't come down as far as you would think, because he'd be gambling, really, maybe getting snookered on the red 3. Big shot here. Keep Gorst in the chair.
That kind of shot always in Feijen's wheelhouse.
Yeah, and he really got the premium out of the cue ball. Now he can kind of kill it since he's near it. Doesn't have to dead roll the ball or maybe go into the pink. Doesn't want to play it with inside and come up the center for the cut on the pink. I think he's going to try and put some spin on the ball to check it here on the bottom end. First big mistake. Just, you know what that is, just a little let up near the cue ball anytime you're playing that outside spin and you end up overcutting it. Just kind of quit the stroke a bit. Won't do much here, just kind of hold the cue ball. Can handle some distance on the 9.
This Super Saturday at Harrah's Resort in Atlantic City is underway.
Big shot here, though, to kind of make up for that missed 3. Won't be jumping that one, Phil. A little cold-blooded. Knew he had to dig on the cue ball. Caught a piece of the 3. Now he's going to have to show us even more skills that he definitely holds.
That 6 ball must have a hangover. Really grouchy. Being a curmudgeon to both players.
Interesting, and this may be something to do about not playing on this table. He's going 1 row at it. He's trying to make it. 3's going to dress up, I think. Get somewhat straight, and I think the pink 4 does play.
And it's the hallmark of Gorst that when he has chances like this, he normally buries them.
I don't know. Take a chance, just kind of slow floating kind of behind the green 6. Putting the 3 on the left rail. He's going to go behind the 8, it seems.
sometimes players have questionnaires. What about favourite band? Well, Fedor Gorst would be too young to say this, but it could well be the Pointer Sisters. Jump. He can jump.
Yeah, it's not only just making balls, but the control of the cue ball. Look how delicate he hit that jump. Only had to go over a piece, but still. You know, when you're hitting something on the lighter side, that's when the nerves will show up even more. Almost really kind of coordinates with the stroke, you know, for players from shot to shot.
When Niels Feijen broke in round to win the second rack to lead 2-0, you wondered whether the older man was going to have a really good match. Of course, he still could, but he faces stern resistance in the form of Fedor Gorst.
Instead, he wanted to elevate the cue and shooting off the rail. That tells me maybe the nerves are a bit more there than we think. This has got knocked. Just going to push through, banking the 4 back down, trying to use the green 6. Not going to get the snooker, I don't think. Containing shot.
The extension, please.
The scorers try to kind of return the favor, banking the 4 back down and going into the 8 with the cue ball. Has other options. Everything's kind of difficult. I kind of like cutting the 4 into the 8 and running the cue ball a couple cushions up table. For the bank.
Deposit, and it could be very valuable.
All right, he's got a couple options. Top left English is the normal one, but he can cue downward if he wants to just stun one rail. Looks like it's the run through with a little left spin.
Rack 5 was won essentially by a jump. Rack 6 essentially has been won by a wonderful length of table bank.
This is the problem. His course is, you know, he can wipe away the mistakes quickly. Mentally, oh, looky here. Combination he'll definitely shoot at. Just kind of ignore the 9 and play the 2 like the 9's not there.
Forever now in the lexicon of the game, the Barry Hearn combination. 2-9.
I'm surprised he's elevating, really. I thought he would just level out. Put some speed on it, of course. You don't want to baby it, but I think the accuracy is much better, the level cue. Trying to play safe behind the 3 as well.
Well, rack 6 was the lengthiest of the match. Rack 7 is the shortest. Both have gone in the same direction. To Fedor Gorst, the world champion, now 5-2 up.
No real grip there, so have to aim a little thicker, and he's going safe here, I believe. It's a little light. That's very surprising. Not only missing the safety, that doesn't shock me as much as not attacking, really, Phil.
was a feature of his match against Jeffrey Rodder. No quarter given. But that wasn't the best of safeties, as Jeremy said.
No, he missed the speed on the pink, but really wanted to plant him on the back of the green 6. And, you know, this isn't offensive, but this is an opening. And I think a very unexpected one by Fedor Gorst. Drag on the cue ball. You know how hard that is to judge, using the top spin to kind of make the cue ball kind of slow down. Look at this jump he's eyeing. Wow.
Well, if he clips this in, it is such a minuscule margin of error. It was a valiant effort, and at least he's got some distance, but the 4 will pass.
If it does pass, it is tight, and it's not the type of shot you want to put speed on. I don't think you're going to see Niels pull the trigger here. I think it's going to be some type of safety. He's close to it, doesn't have to work the cue ball. Yeah, I think he plays it, but you can tell purple's backup table, so he's got to get into this.
I'll tell you what, he cued that well, even though the 4 remains on the table.
Yeah, I don't think he's too upset with how he hit the ball, and maybe had a backdoor safety in mind with the black 8 there. But if he just gets to hit that at just a pinch lighter, I think the pocket accepts it.
Stroke, no contact, bottom net.
Missed the 4 by a fraction, and now this is the chance that Feijen's been waiting for to arrest that 5-rack slide. Gorst's decision to be conservative. Backfired. He played safe. It wasn't good enough.
Options here as well. The right or left side has playable safeties. It's a little speedy. One's got to go. This one's going to hurt a bit.
Yes, the worst tactical effort he's had.
It's almost the same thing as that overcut. When you let up a little, he caught the one a little thin. Therefore, the cue ball tracked a bit more than he wanted. Go forward to minimize the angle on the 2, but now he's got to get across for the red 3. This is tricky. Wants to stun it. That's his preference, but has an option to go forward also and take a little more distance.
This could be the crunch shot of the rack, even though it's early. Crunch shot, crunched it in. But the fact remains, more work to be done.
Yeah, and it seems like when we start to get near the end of these tournaments, the balls start to lay a little more difficult, little tricky things here and there. We see the absolute best doing it, and that's what we all want. Got to get into this now. Can't just slide over easily. Yeah, you had to try and draw past the purple. Is he going to get there? Just enough. We're just trying to find that pace around the table to settle him. It's like just a little run through for the 9 in the left middle.
For the second time, Gorst doubling up on Feijen. It was 4-2, now it's 6-3.
I was going to say the break has been very kind so far for Fedor Gorst with opportunities. He's got a little bit of the blue here, great break off, making 2 balls again, but I don't think anything offensive. Did make 3 balls actually with the pink 4 in the side as well. I don't think I ever seem to say it enough, but makes these players so great is, again, all these shots you cannot practice, so you gotta kind of visualize the shot and feel it. He's going to bang the 2 away a couple rails. I think he's going to try and slide 2 cushions behind the green 6, which is out in space. Yeah, that's what he tried. Did get the 2 to the top cushion. No, that's not enough.
An ineffective safety on the 1 cost Feijen in rack 9. Will Gorst's ineffective safety on the 2 cost him rack 10? Every chance.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's not too thin to ease it in. That would be ideal. Not as realistic, though. Here in the semifinal of the U.S. Open, he wants to put the little speed, but a lot of obstacles with the 5, 6, and 8 to try and track the cue ball for the red 3. Got to gamble. This is going to be just fine, I think.
The second time there's been a bang with Feijen at the table. It happened in the previous rack and he got up. That time just stayed down there. It was a shot of total simplicity.
That's fine with you.
You expect Niels Feijen to be stubborn. He actually said, didn't he, in his pre-match quotes that one of his great assets was being resilient, and he's showing that here. Gorst leads only 6-4.
Didn't use that experience there. I think the beeps did get him. He let the shot clock expire a little too much before getting down on the ball.
Yes, big misjudgment, wasn't it? Much bigger than you would anticipate at this level.
I thought Gorst would attack here cross-side with the bank.
crowd applaud, but Gorst not enamoured with that little flick at the end.
Yeah, he had to kind of gamble with the cue ball, really putting the onus on the two cross side. This is a very missable ball. Dead center. He's got the nice angle, I think, to be able to go forward also. You can notice, though, the 6-7 is going to be a problem.
The three wasn't spectacular, but the way things have gone in the last 20 minutes or so, I think it was a really important shot for Gorst to knock in and a really important dish to try and complete.
He's a tall man. He can reach this. They want to get a little straighter. Follow to the end rail or kind of draw stun over.
This has been timely. Gorst, typically cool, calm and collected, keeping Niels Feijen at arm's length. It's now 7-4.
This cue ball. So way off his mark. That 8 really wasn't in play, and nerves are going, that's for sure.
Thought the 9 there might provide a potting guide, but far from it.
Well, that's all about, again, having to work the cue ball. Wasn't his best on the purple 5. I completely understand what he's thinking there. Let me try and make the pocket a bit bigger, but he had an option to come across in between the 7-9 there, putting a lot more speed on the cue ball, probably gets a better hit. Safety has been off and on for Fedor Gorst, but a big one here. Gotta go. Don't leave a gap.
Let me tell you, that is very uncharacteristic from Gorst. Very uncharacteristic. I thought he would be nailed there, Feijen, and I think Feijen was expecting the worst as well.
And he had an option to thin it and go behind the 9-1 cushion, so he was going for more of the high stakes safety, but missed the mark. Oh, what a nice shot to kind of regroup after a big miss. Still not out of the woods, though. Now this one's funny. He's got to put a hair left spin. It's all about how you hit the pocket, whether the cue ball may threaten that upper right corner.
Feijen using his trademark stickability.
Niels Feijen went to it.
Nerves, young and old, are jangling right now.
There I go with the jinx, but I swear I think he needs to change sides. You just hear the connection from the left side of the box, not near as nice as the side Fedor Gorst is breaking from. What is that? Is that his second dry break of the match? I believe it is.
Much like rack 11. Efficient from Gorst after the fine dry break.
Leading 8-5.
But again, you have to look and pay attention to what you're seeing. And it seems this is the side to break from.
Foul
Oh,
stroke.
my.
Bottom
That
net.
one, there was no kiss. But again, look at the groupings, the 7-8, the 5-6. Niels has really been up against it as far as opportunity. Oh, there was a little kiss on the 8, but he did catch it a little heavier than he normally does.
In the middle section of this match, it's been one step forward for Gorst, and maybe, in this case, one step back.
I'm not sure about the 7-8, but this is more playable than I think. You know, the purple 5 does play in the upper right corner, and the pink's on this end of the table. So, you know, the wisdom and, of course, the greatness of Niels Feijen should figure this one out. Would highly doubt it. A little off angle here, may go forward for the 9 side rather than drawing the cue ball.
And it's fine.
This couple of strokes were pretty settled. Should clear these last 4 and get 2 games away from another U.S. Open final.
At the risk of repetition, that ball would not have dropped at the UK Open. It might not have dropped at the European Open. That must have set his heart aflutter.
Yeah, I really don't think it would have dropped on the outer table here at the U.S. Open. I was a little shocked to see a high ball as well. You know, I thought he would just kind of draw the cue ball over, almost the same position he ended up, really. This is short as well. I mean, not the kind you want to float, so he's got to check the cue ball coming off 2 cushions back and forth.
Touch deserting Gorst, and that's a symptom of nerves. Understandable nerves, but nerves nevertheless.
Yeah, we'll know immediately. Confident strength there.
Fedor Gorst. 1-2 out.
Try as he might, Niels Feijen can't quite get within striking distance. In succession.
It's rack 16, Fedor Gorst to break. He's leading by 9 racks to 6.
Gorst would love an appealing layout to be on the hill. Well, that's the most appealing you can have. Golden break. The one missed the centre, but the 9 was centre cut. Didn't touch the sides. 10-6. Deflating for Feijen. Elating for Fedor Gorst. And what a shot we got of that 9 going in.
Yeah, it's been some unfortunate kisses at times, but that one quite the opposite. And it's always that relief when you get to the hill, Phil, and you got a little cushion, and it's been like that for Fedor Gorst. Now can he take it down? Thought it would be more of a draw stroke. Hard to tell with Fedor sometimes because he'll center the tip and then drop it at the end. He could have got more out of that. See a little grimace.
Hard to imagine he will miss the 6, but
The extension, please.
at this stage, on the brink of victory, on the threshold of success, anything can be missed.
Yeah, and this is one I always label, just kind of use your talent, knocking this ball in, real natural, one rail down with speed control. Lays pretty perfect, besides a little more distance than we expected. Well, that shows you he didn't want to roll the ball, and you can't blame him. Using an extra couple of rails there with the cue ball. I think he's fairly natural to get by the 9. I think anyways. Maybe not. Okay, just a little collision on the bottom of the 9 here. He's dressing right near the side. He can cue the ball nicely. Kind of a ball in hand angle. So Fedor Gorst will get back to this U.S. Open final. Phil, hats off to the Terminator. What another great tournament. It kind of makes you feel like he'll be back.
In the end, the conclusion came swiftly. Fedor Gorst apologising for his luck, but then, after shaking hands with the vanquished, he celebrates. He's through by 11 racks to 6.